Please subscribe my channel. And press the bell icon button, like, comment, share. In this video we'll look at some of the top rifles still on the market today. We're sure lever action enthusiasts will find something to like on this list. When it comes to repeating firearms, the lever action rifle helped build America into the country it is today. It is a true testament to the design that gunmakers are still producing these rifles more than 100 years later. In some cases, they are even improving upon the designs. Lever rifle fans tend to fall into two camps: those who love having a few in regular rotation and those who go very deep. For some it's an occasional taste, others a compulsion, but there is something about the history, beauty, and utility of lever rifles that speaks to people. Without question, the lever-action rifle is the most iconic rifle ever made. Although, as a design, the rifle dates back to 1837, it is best regarded as the rifle design that won the American West. In most cases, the Winchesters are regarded as the best in the line of lever-action rifles. While there was Henry's, Spencer's, and Marlin's over the years, the Winchester and the famous 1873 model opened the door toward Western expansion of and made the rifle, and all the designs that followed the icons.
Back to another episode of Henry TV. I am your host, 22 Plinkster, and I have worked with Henry Repeating Arms close to 5 years now. And working with them, I have read hundreds, if not thousands, of comments from you guys saying that when Henry Repeating Arms comes out with their first side loading gate, they will finally own a Henry. Well, people, today is the day. Introducing the first ever Henry Repeating Arms side loading gate rifle. Henry has listened to the questions and the concerns of you guys, so they built their very first side loading gate rifle. This one in my hands is chambered in 3855, and if you're unfamiliar with the 3855 cartridge, it is very popular to the cowboy action shooters. It is a very old round, introduced in 1876 and kind of phased out in the mid-1940s. Here recently, with the popularity of cowboy action shooting, the 3855 has been resurrected. Henry Repeating Arms just didn't make another side loading gate. They made a side loading gate better. Let me explain. The Henry side gate has the familiar brass receiver, like found on the big boys. This brass receiver is strong as steel, and they've also took the liberty to drill and tap the top of the receiver where you can mount an optic of your choice. The rifle does hold 5 rounds plus 1 in the chamber, and it sports a 20-inch blued barrel. The rifle still has the very familiar buckhorn sights, and it does have something a little bit different on the front of the rifle. This has their ivory bead, unlike the brass bead that you may find on the original big boy rifles. The rifle does sport a brass butt plate and also has a brass barrel strap that has a sling swivel mounted right into it. The Henry side gate lever action has beautiful American walnut wood and has tight laser checkering on the forearm of the stock and also on the rear. There are 2 things that make this rifle extremely safe. The first of those things, in-hammer slide transfer bar safety. The second thing is, Henry kept the tube magazine. Not only can you load from the side of the receiver, but you can also load the Henry rifle just like you did before. This will guarantee it to be one of the safest, if not the safest, side loading gate action rifles ever created. We've talked enough about this rifle, let's do some shooting. All right, I'm gonna load up the Henry side gate lever action rifle here, chambered in 3855 with some 255 grain pills. Got a dueling tree down there at about 50 yards. Let me see if I can slap a little steel. She'll shoot. Henry Repeating Arms, as we know it, has been in business since 1997. And one thing that they do value is their customer. If it wasn't for you guys with the thousands of emails, comments, and suggestions on this rifle probably would never came to the market. But thank you very much for your comments and concerns.
Hi, Ron Spomer here with my new favorite fun gun. This is Winchester's Model 1866. As the name suggests, it was created in 1866. Oliver Winchester took the old Henry rifle and he improved it. He put a loading gate back here so you could run rounds up into the tubular magazine, and he put a forend on it so you didn't get burned holding on to the barrel. Well, this set the world on fire. From here on out, everybody wanted a Winchester because it was a repeating rifle. No more muzzle loading, no more single shots. You had all the ammo you needed in that tube. Well, they still make this beautiful rifle. The Yellow Boy it's called because it has a brass receiver. And it's now chambered for something that's easy to get and easy to fire, the .38 Special. You can load this baby up and plink with it, take small game with it. Someday I might even try hunting a deer with this .38 because through a rifle barrel, of course, you get much better ballistics than you would with a handgun. But the ammunition is inexpensive and easy to find, and the Yellow Boy rifle is true to its original. It still does all the things it did back then. It's exactly the same engineering, and it's a beautifully balanced rifle, and it's just fun to operate. If you're like me, you've a lot of rifles of bolt actions and single shots and ARs, fun guns, right? Try a lever action if you really want to have some fun and go back to your historic roots. The Winchester Model 1866 is a great way to do it. Winchester Model 1866 and .38 Special is some special kind of fun.
Now, the Henry Big Boy's been out for several years now, and it is the staple of the Henry rifles. When you go into a gun shop, you automatically recognize AR-15s, AK-47s, and looking at this brass receiver, you immediately identify it as the Big Boy. Another feature of the Big Boy Henry rifles is that they are SAS approved. They have long been respected among the single action shooters and their sport. The Big Boy is currently chambered in 3 different calibers, the .357, the .44, and also the .45 Colt. Now, you can shoot .38 Specials in the .357 and .44 Specials in the .44 Magnum. All the Henry Big Boys sport a 20-inch octagonal barrel, and all of them hold 10 rounds. All of the Big Boys are drilled in tap at the top of the receiver where you can mount your choice of optics. I currently have the .357 in my hands. I'm firing some .38 Specials. Let's shoot some targets downrange. Let's start close. Let's go across the creek a little bit at 50 yards. Nice. Click. It's a really good shooter, a really fun shooter. Now, let's take a look at the .44 Magnum. Now, I've got the .44 Mag in my hands. We all know that the .44 Mag packs a punch, and I'm shooting some 240 grain hollow points. Let's have some fun with some targets down here at the range. Woo! Well, there went that shaving cream. All right, let's go down here to some sodas. Shot underneath it. Oh yeah. Shot to the left of it. There we go. All right, let's go down here on some steel. Man, that .44 Mag. All right, there's some shaving cream right there on the ground. That thought he was going to get away. Oh, I nicked it. I think he's out. All right, I got some silly string. Oh, I'm out. We'll save that silly string for the .45 Colt. Now in my hand, I have the .45 Colt. This action on all of these rifles are just smooth as silk. Now, I enjoy the .45 Colt just as much as the other ones, but I'm kind of biased to the .45. I love the .45 caliber, and if you remember, I did a trick shot with this particular rifle about a year ago where I shot through the center of a CD without hitting the CD. Rifle is highly accurate, Now let's take out some targets. Let's go with some silly string up close. Nice. Shaving cream. That shaving cream's way better than the silly string. I get bonus points for skipping that one and hitting the bottles down there. All right, let's go across the creek. Nice. Ah, shot above it. Shot to the left. There we go. Oh, I got another one. Let's go right here close. All right, we are out. Guys, the Henry Big Boy. Side loading gate was going to hit the market the following year. So they did not want to put out the concept gun without the side loading gate. Now that Henry Repeating Arms introduced the side loading gate, the X-Gun has been born. Henry has never put a synthetic stock on any of their centerfire rifles. This is the first. Now, the reason why they went with a synthetic stock instead of a stained wood stock like we had in the concept gun is because synthetic stocks, they're a little bit lighter, but not only that, they will hold up to the harshest of elements. The synthetic stock has a pick rail right on the bottom of the forearm of the stock. It also has two M-LOK slots on the left and right hand side. This will give you 2 extra spots to put a flashlight or laser. On the rear of the rifle is a rubber butt pad. This particular firearm is chambered in 4570, and let me tell you, you will want that rubber butt pad there. The receiver is drilled and tapped for a rail if you want to put a red dot or an optic of your choice. The X-Gun has fiber octave sights both on the front and rear of the rifle. This will allow for quick target acquisition. In reading the comments on the X-Gun concept 2 years ago, everyone wanted a threaded option. All the X-Guns are threaded. The synthetic stock also has a built-in sling mounts both on the forearm and also on the butt of the rifle. Since last year when the side loading gates were introduced, you guys have been wanting the big boy calibers. The X-Gun is not only available in the 4570, which you see here, it's also available in 410, 38, 357, 44 mag, and also 45 Colt.
Thanks for watching. Product by link given in description.